Welcome back to your English Aussie, where you're going to listen to me chat shit about midfielders for the next 15 minutes. Let's jump straight into the action. Excuse my French, but I promise it's going to be good shit. These are the 4.5 and 5 million midfielders that I am looking at. As you can see, no 4.5 midfielders on this graph, and that's because I don't expect any of them to be starting come game week 1. These are my favourite 5 mil midfielders that you should be looking at, and I've got a couple of others that we can talk through as well. Starting off is Carlos Baleba at Brighton. The defensive contribution points on here are estimated that all players have played 36 games or 3,240 minutes. And just before we go on to the premium midfielders, if you have been enjoying this video so far, please smash that like button. Just based subscribe down below to the channel. Makes a huge difference for small content creators that many games in prior seasons. I am expecting Baleba to play almost every game this season for Brighton, and that could accumulate him an additional 50 points during the season. I think he's looking to improve his attacking play and is somebody who's a real machine in that Brighton midfield and looks really nice. Another person that I really like is Lafay of Sunderland. Looks like he could be on set pieces for them and also on that sort of right wing or attacking midfield role. Could be a really nice 5 million midfielder option. Some other thoughts are Ryan Christie at Bournemouth. If he can bed down that defensive midfield slot for Iraola's team, he could look to pick up a lot of defensive contribution points given his super high CBIT. Also, Agate at Man United. If you watch him play, he's so fantastic at breaking up the play, intercepting the balls. Obviously, he's competing for one slot alongside Bruno with Mainu and Casemiro. But if he can get that role for United, that is somebody who would definitely interest me. And also Buonanotte at Brighton. Brighton obviously rotate that midfield around a lot, but that's probably one of the few attacking 5 mil options that we do have here. Moving on to the mid-price midfielders, and top of the list here is Elliot Anderson at 5.5 million. He looks fantastic for DEFCON points at potentially 62 over a 36-game season with CBIT of 13.69 in the previous season. He's also on set pieces for Nottingham Forest, corners, and racked up 2 goals and 6 assists last season. If he manages to play even more games this year, he could be somebody who is a really nice pick. Someone else just in here, I like Morgan Rogers. I think at 7 million, he's still a lovely price point. He's still improving as a player and is a 90-minute man under Emery, so very secure and nailed safety for minutes. Declan Rice is one that a lot of people have spoken about with me. I do think that he's definitely picked up his goal side of the game last season. If he can also bring into the game his sort of defensive midfield and sort of become more of a box-to-box player, he could be a great pick for FPL points. I think he'll be fantastic for Arsenal, but I think with Norgard coming in, he'll play that more defensive role, and Rice will be allowed to flourish going forwards a little bit more, which means he might not rack up so many defensive contribution points, similarly to what we can see here from him last year. Other players to talk about in this section, I think Caicedo of Chelsea. Despite having great DEFCON points and CBIT numbers, for me, he's someone that Maresca often likes to deploy in that right-back role as well and invert into the defensive midfield role. And I think that just takes away a lot of his opportunities for assists or attacking returns, and also probably decreases his DEFCON output from that position. So for me, it's an avoid. I think Elliot Anderson is a much nicer pick at that 5.5 million level. Some other guys that I think are quite interesting. Bruno Guimaraes at Newcastle, really important cog in that Newcastle machine. Someone that you can look at, doesn't quite have the CBIT to pick up a lot of DEFCON points, but potentially if he can improve his goal and assist output this season, might be quite nice. Outside of that, Elanga at Newcastle at 7 million. If he beds down that right wing slot for them, could be very interesting as a pick. And Ismail Assar with Palace's reasonable fixtures at the start of the season at 6.5 mil. Also looks like decent value there. For me, as I've spoken about for many seasons, I think Semenyo is the worst finisher I've ever seen in my life. So unless he improves his finishing in the off-season, he's still an avoid for me until it looks better. Having said that, 11 goals and 7 assists for last season. If some of you feel differently about Antoine Semenyo, at 7 million, he's obviously good value. The second lot of 5.5 to 6.5 midfielders. Lots to talk about here. Thomas Souček of West Ham. If he manages to be a regular starter in that side, you've obviously got Paqueta, James Ward-Prowse and Edson Alvarez all in that sort of central midfield area competing for slots with him. However, I think he's an exceptional goal threat. Also often sometimes drops into those DM roles and will probably pick up higher CBIT than his average for the season. So for me, someone who is actually quite a nice undervalued option at 6 mil. And Ndiaye of Everton, obviously on penalties at 6.5 mil. Everton with a nice first 3 fixtures to start the season. Could be a nice option. Someone I also like from Everton is Dwight McNeil. I think at 6 million could be equally as nice an option as Ndiaye. He's also on set pieces for them in that new number 10 role that he's playing. Expect more minutes for him this season. He already picked up 4 goals and 8 assists in the minutes he did play. So definitely could be somebody to look at for the upcoming season. Some other players here. Mohamed Kudus of Tottenham. He's obviously moved to Tottenham this season, most likely to play on the right wing, but his versatility is what makes him interesting and potentially to consistently play in that Tottenham team. He can also play in the 10 role, can probably play off the left as well if required. So let's see how Thomas Frank sets up with that Tottenham team first, probably before bringing Kudus in. But they do have a really nice start to the season. So if you do want to take a punt on Mo Kudus, he is the GOAT, as I have mentioned. And if you follow my live streams, I am a big fan of Mohamed Kudus. So hopefully he does have a good season for them. And now my favourite pick that I think is being underlooked at the moment is Harry Wilson of Fulham. Bagged a brace in one game in pre-season and a goal in another game. 2 assists also in pre-season. Looks like he's bedded down that right wing slot with Adama even potentially going out on loan. I think Harry Wilson is a fantastic pick at 5.5 million. Probably one of the most exciting prospects and attacking prospects at that price range. He is almost a guarantee with Fulham's fantastic fixtures to be in my team come game week 1. Now, some other options in red here to consider who I do think are nice are Cherki and Reindeers of Manchester City. I just would like to see where Pep starts the season. I think if you're not bench boosting in game week 1 and you've got some bench cover, you can afford to go for one of these guys. Reindeers is looking to bring more goals into his game. He was very good in Serie A last year. Cherki, obviously, that creative talent plays a little bit higher. Again, it could be a nice pick. Casemiro, we spoke about before, unbelievable DEFCON points and CBIT. Just can he bed down that role next to Bruno Fernandes? Let's wait and see. And Ahmad in that right wing-back role, I don't expect him to be as prevalent with the 8 goals and 8 assists as he was last season. But speaking to some Man United fans, they do think he's still going to be a key part of their attack and someone to potentially consider once Man United's fixtures get a little bit better past those first 5 game weeks. Finally, someone that I just missed off the list a little bit there is John Arias at Wolves. I think Arias could be a fantastic player for Wolves. I think his CBIT numbers could be very high for them. But again, their first 4 fixtures are not very nice. So for me, it's a wait and see and somebody that I might be bringing in game week 5 or if I'm looking to early wildcard him for in that international break. Just before we go on to the premium midfielders, if you have been enjoying this video so far, please smash that like button, subscribe down below to the channel. Makes a huge difference for small content creators like me. Let's get straight back into the video. So on to the premium midfielders. And again, lots of great options here. Mo Salah, I think, is someone that you just can't go without for captaincy reasons. Cole Palmer, I think there's a discussion to be had about whether you could go without him for the first few fixtures and go into an Erling Haaland instead. However, again, provides great captaincy fixtures over those first 5, especially in the games that Salah doesn't have the greatest fixtures. Bruno Fernandes, with the addition of DEFCON points, definitely can bring those into his game. You can see from pre-season that he also still has those goals. He's still going to be on set pieces. He's still going to be on penalties. Didn't give anything away to Mbeumo and Cunha in pre-season. I think is a really nice pick at 9 million. But for me, I'd just wait until their fixtures become a little bit nicer post-game week 5. He's definitely going to be in my side most likely on a first wild card. And Florian Wirtz of Liverpool, he's been fantastic for them in pre-season. I do have some CBIT numbers in there for him from last season that he played. However, don't expect too many points from those for Liverpool, but he has looked really nice in that attacking midfield role. And if we do manage to sign Isak as well as Ekitike, the Liverpool attack could be something that is crazy. And at 8.5 million, if he can get the goals and assists that he was getting in the Bundesliga, he could be a fantastic value pick. Couple of other players just to discuss here. Gakpo of Liverpool. Depending on whether Liverpool manage to sign Isak or not, if they don't manage to put through that transfer, Gakpo at 7.5 million on the left wing for Liverpool, with Luis Diaz now having signed for Bayern, looks a really nice option into that Liverpool midfield. 10 goals and 5 assists last season, but that was obviously only in 21 minutes. So there really is a chance for him to be a really nice pick this season. Saka, most likely is going to lose penalties to Gyökeres once he comes into the team. Gyökeres was 19 from 19 from the penalty spot last season, and I expect him to want those penalties and demand those penalties. And Saka seems a little bit more easygoing in giving them up, as he's given a few up to Odegaard in the past. Anthony Gordon, someone who I also like as an option, especially if Isak leaves Newcastle and they don't manage to sign a new number 9. Anthony Gordon could be playing there or could also be on penalties as the second penalty taker after Isak, so could become a really nice option as well at that 7.5 million price point. I think that is all the players that I have to talk about today. Thank you guys so much for watching this far. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe down below to the channel. It really does make a huge difference for small content creators like me. Thanks so much for watching this video all the way to the end. This has been your English Aussie, and have a great week, everyone.